Hey guys, Shalon Spanky here, coming at you with another new YouTube video. You're probably wondering, why the heck am I making another One Piece video, considering I just made a One Piece video? Well, I will tell you why. Because the new One Piece chapter was absolutely freaking baller. Top 5, top 3, top 1 chapter of all time, considering what just happened. Probably the best post-arc chapter. I don't want to say the best post-arc chapter because next chapter, it's probably gonna be even better next chapter. So let's just get into it. 1052 title. What's this? I got the chapter open in front of me because I got to break this down, make sure I don't miss anything. Chapter 1052, New Morning. All right. Cover series. We have Germa 66 Cold-Blooded Voyage Part 14. Turns out that Caesar was at Whole Cake Island with Niji and Yonji. So he's going with the Germa. I wonder if this is going to go anywhere. I'm not thinking so, considering what's happening in the chapter. So let's look at this. All right. Starting off, we have the Holy Land of Marijois. Turns out that one CP0 agent, the tall one with the hat, in the mask, he got away and he reported to the Gorosei what happened with Luffy. So right now we start off the chapter, Marijois. You know, they're freaking out because of Nika and everything. They're commenting on the state. You know, 2 warlords are taken down. Like a total of 3 have been taken down in the last 2 years. This is not good. They can't hide this. There's no way they can cover this up. This is going to be freaking insane. Sorry. Early in the morning, I haven't had anything to drink. Anyways, so they're like, we can't cover this up. They're collectively freaking out, right? So they are pretty much, you know, at this point, Zunisha has left Wano, but Momonosuke still has not opened it up. So the world government is sitting out here like, we can't get in. Mission failed pretty much. I have no idea what we're gonna do. So they immediately switched on getting Nico Robin. They asked their CP0 agent, hey, what are the chances that we can get ourselves a Nico Robin, right? They're planning on getting that Nico Robin. So they're kind of, right now, they're kind of just trying to salvage everything. We still don't know at the end of this chapter what the results of this talk are, right? But something's going to be crazy. I'm gonna go over my predictions for the based on certain things as this goes on. I think the One Piece world structure is going to change significantly after this chapter. I think when the Gorosei were talking about that cleansing a little bit ago, they might not straight up do the cleansing now, but they're inching close to it. They're making up setups. They just dissolved the Shichibukai. SSG's in full swing. We're going to see some more stuff later this chapter. But I think the One Piece world is going to change drastically. We might not even recognize it after this chapter. We might even get another mini time skip. So anyways, talking to the CP0 agent, talking about getting Nico Robin. CP0 agent's like, yeah, we can get Nico Robin, right? Just at this moment, a Den Mushi, somebody intercepts the signal. Somebody intercepts it, and he's like, stay right where you are. I'm on my way. So we're like, who the hell is this, right? CP0, he's talking to the CP0 agent when he says that, which I'm sure is getting relayed to the Gorosei. So at this moment we have, let's see. Oh, this isn't okay. So this first part is still taking place immediately after the battle, just to preface this. All right. So immediately after the battle, we have the result of everything. We have the scene. So outside of the flower capital, Onigashima is sitting out. We get a little header. After 20 years of tyranny in Wano, the news of the Kozuki's victory is being met with jubilation. We then get a scene on the interior of Castle Onigashima. And this goes into some other reasons why this is an amazing chapter. We have an interaction between Drake and Hawkins. Drake laying on the ground near death after that little fight with the CP0 he just had. We're not sure what his exact status is, but Hawkins comes in. Hawkins comes waltzing in. You know, he asks Drake, he's talking about, you're a Marine dog this whole time. What's going on? They're sitting down. They're kind of having a man-to-man talk. They both seem like they're on their last limb. Hawkins quite literally, because he is missing an arm. But they're sitting there talking, because they had that real interesting discussion where Drake almost, you put too much faith in your cards, checking for the percentages of survival, all this stuff, whatever. you trusted your fate and you still failed. Like, do you regret that decision? At that point, we kind of get a glimpse into Hawkins' philosophy, and I like it, but it makes me wish that there was a little bit more for Hawkins. It really does, because this hits hard for me. And he says, he was just trying to survive, and that he was too weak and he didn't have the heart to stand up to Kaido, not like Kid and Killer did. They were prepared to die for their cause, and Hawkins was not. And that's just the simple fact of it, and that even if he wanted to, he could never run back to Kid and expect him to take him back. Not after what he did, not after he betrayed them. We then get that whole little flashback to right before the Battle of Onigashima, when Hawkins was reading his cards and said, "I'm reading the survival percentage of a certain man. Less than 0. What a shame." At the point, we didn't know if it was Kaido. We didn't know if it was actually kicked my little thing. We didn't know if that was Kaido. We didn't know if that was Drake. Well, now we know. Drake straight up asks, the survival percentage of a certain man. He's about to ask if that's him, if he's gonna die, and then all of a sudden, first off, just this once, I gotta quote this directly because it's a good Basil Hawkins quote. He said, just to make sure, he says, "But even if I did foresee Kid's victory, do you really think I would have been able to go crawling back to him?" I just like that. I like that. Anyways, continue. So the survival percent chance of a certain man. Drake's about to ask if it's him. He's like, "When you were talking about," and then Hawkins just cuts in and says, "It was me," and passes out and dies. First off, the fact that somebody died in One Piece, props Oda. Hawkins is the 3rd death in One Piece. 1,052 chapters in. I love it. I really do. Anyways, that's the end of Hawkins. A sad, tragic, almost fitting end to someone, who's a fortune teller. I really wish there was more with him. But this little dying moment of Hawkins, it shows some perspective on the things he chose, and how his cards and all of his card counting and his predictions, it all comes from a place of weakness, not a place of strength. And I wish that had just been hinted at a little bit more. But it's better than nothing. It's still good. Okay. At this point, we now have a 7-day time skip until after the war. This is perfect because there's so much stuff that needs to happen. Obviously, with this, with the post-Wano arc, they said there's only going to be 2 more chapters in Wano. So I'm like, what the hell how are they going to get through all this? Here's how they get through all of it. They skip over it. They don't show it, but they don't show it happening, but they show the results. So we see Flower Capital's bussing, right? Absolutely bussing. We see a group of kids. They're getting re-educated on the history of Wano because the boy, what's his face? Orochi was not teaching the correct history. He was teaching that the Kurozumis were the heroes, that the Kozukis were evil. So the first thing that these students are learning about in class, oh man, I just woke up. I'm sorry guys, but I needed to get this chapter review out. They're learning about the legend of Kozuki Oden. So things in Wano are getting good. We got this teacher. He's looking very nice. Everyone's talking about, they can't believe Komurasaki was actually, what's her face? I keep forgetting, whatever, whatever freaking Hiyori. Sorry, God, there's so many characters and so many names. I'm in such a rush because this chapter is so baller. So everyone they can't believe that Komurasaki was Hiyori. They can't believe that Denjiro was Kiyoshiro. Everyone's just taking the past, what was 150 chapters for us. Everyone else is just taking that in, right? So we got everyone drinking clean water, everyone eating food. Everybody is loving Wano. They're loving it. I mean, Wano is just a paradise, right? Then we go into Paradise Farm. We see the farm from earlier. They're growing food. They're growing crops. They're getting meat. They're talking about who saved the country. They say they heard it was a man named Joy Boy. Okay, hold up. So now we gotta stop with this. How did they hear it was Joy Boy? Did they hear it from Yamato? Did they hear it from Momonosuke? Does that mean the government knows that people are starting to refer to this warrior as Joy Boy? Because that is an even worst case scenario. It's a difference if you're saying, oh, Luffy saved the day, or if you are so bold as to say Joy Boy saved the day. Then they say they hear they're not in the country anymore. So, tells me that they're, first off, okay, so they're not in the country, right? I'm going to spoil this right now. They are in the country, of course. We've all read the chapter. They're in the country. I took this as they had left, so I thought we just skipped over everything post-Wano. This was a lie, which makes it, I'm not sure what the exact situation within Wano is. Do they want to meet their protectors? Do we, is the government, well, we're going to see that next chapter, because we'll get it, we'll just keep going, guys. We got to keep going. We can't stop at every little significant thing that happens. We then have the Graves and Ringo. We have Kawamatsu and Kinemon sitting by the grave of Ryuma, the sword god. So they're sitting out there just talking about how they're going to build another one of these big shrines. It's going to be for Odin, and they're going to put Odin to rest there. Odin is one of the greatest heroes of the country, and they're going to make sure Odin is surrounded by his vassals and people that he's watched over and have taken care of him over the years, and that he's taken care of. So we get this terrible scene. I'm just going to quote it directly. And he will be surrounded by all his allies, starting with Yasuie Dono, R.I.P. Yasuie, and all the other daimyo who fought for this country, and ending with Ashura and Izo. If you guys just, that seriously gives me chills even saying that. Oh my God, I got the goosebumps if you guys don't see. We gotta give a deep second of respect to Ashura and Izo. It is not often a One Piece character dies. It really isn't. But why don't we just talk about what they did? Ashura Doji fought Jack the Drought, the man with a $1 billion bounty, fought him 1v1 to a standstill. Proceeded to take on Kaido with the rest of his 8 scabbards, and even after getting his ass whooped, jumped right back into the action. And when his time came to jump on the grenade quite literally and save the lives of everyone, he's the first fucking person to jump on that grenade. I mean, moment of respect for Ashura Doji. That's all I'm gonna say right there. And Izo. God damn it, Izo. If you guys watched my epithet video that came out a couple hours ago, you guys know I talked about Izo, and I made that video before this chapter came out, and I mentioned that, I said, man, I sure hope Izo's okay. Because we didn't see him post-chapter. And RIP to one of the top gun wielders ever in One Piece. And screw you, Train, because I'm trying to give a eulogy for Ashura and Izo. That extremely saddens me. I'm gonna keep it real. Man, Ashura Doji was probably at least a top 3 scabbard. He was probably number 1. I gotta say, he was probably number 1. And Izo, as another member of Whitebeard's crew. God, you just love him. I gotta move on from this, or I'm gonna spend forever just tearing up internally. Anyways, so at this point, we have Onimaru talking to Kawamatsu. Onimaru's very happy at the mention of Izo and Ashura. You can tell, even though it's a sad moment that they're dead, they are celebrating the lives of these great samurai and warriors, and it's an overall happy vibe. So at this point, they're talking about how Kawamatsu, Kinemon, and Onimaru will hopefully eventually be buried there, along with their friends. And then Kinemon looks over at Marco. Marco's dropping in. He says, is it okay with you, Marco, we keep Izo's grave, or we keep Izo's body? Since, obviously Izo is a member of the Whitebeard Pirates, Marco might want him to be buried with Ace and Whitebeard. Somebody give me tissue. Okay. So anyways, Marco pulls up. Of course, it's only right that his final resting place is in his home country. Then we got this, this scene. I was reading this at like 3 a.m, man. And I gotta say, it was a tearjerker. It really was. We got the Marco. He says, seems like I've been left behind once again to say goodbye. Oh, Marco, I'm so sorry. Like, oh, Marco, dude, just join the Straw Hats, man. You need a family. You really do, bro. Pops is gone. Your brother Ace. Who knows what happened to Jozu and Vista? Blackbeard done killed your whole family, and then freaking Kaido killed one of the others. Poor Marco. He really is the one who just keeps surviving. He really is. And you know, goddamn, he wishes it was him. Every time Ace has died. Every time Pops has died. Every time when a Whitebeard pirate killed one, or a Blackbeard pirate killed one of the Whitebeard pirates in the Payback War, you know Marco wishes it was him. Especially as the medic in the group. He just absolutely must gets to him. Anyways, Kawamatsu looks at him, says, we know the feeling, you know. Of course they do. Ashura's gone, Izo's gone. They waited 20 years for the other scabbards to show up. It's been a long time. Kinemon, we are the ones who remain. If something were to happen to any more of our heroes, I don't think I could take it. Yeah, I don't think I could either, Kinemon. I'm being straight up. I don't think I could either. I'm with you, buddy. So we then get on to moving on from this morbid scene. We have back to the Flower Capital. Oh man, that cough really just screwed up all this. Okay, so now we have. Let me make sure I'm still on center. Did I screw everything up? I screw it all up, guys. I hope I didn't screw it all up. I screwed it all up, guys. I'm sorry. All right, we're back. We're back and rolling. So anyways, we got the Flower Capital. We have Yamato talking to Momonosuke. Okay, so let's just get into it. Yamato's freaking out because, first off, she says she's hungry. We don't know what's going on with that, but Yamato's hungry. Or he's hungry. Okay. Now we have to have a real discussion here. Is it misgendering Yamato to say her? Like, I'm not sure. Because the thing is, I would like to say yes, because Yamato wants to be referred to as Odin and as a he. But some people still call Yamato, refer to him as a girl. And he doesn't mind. But he also showers with the men. So, whatever. I'm going to try my best to say he. It's just hard because he has some tiggle bitties. So, anyways, so Yamato's so happy because Luffy and Zoro both woke up super happy, so happy she just kicked Momonosuke across the face. All right. First off, didn't do a review last week. Momonosuke looks so fucking baller. Moving on. They wake up. First thing Luffy thinks of, meat. First thing Zoro thinks of, booze. Perfect. So they just start absolutely chowing down on food. Everyone's surrounded. Everyone's super happy. All this, right? They're getting ready to bully the hell out of Momonosuke. They look over at Momonosuke. They haven't seen him as an adult, but they're like, oh, what the heck? They're like, you look pretty strong. You do. He does. He looks strong as hell. He looks like, honestly, a more badass Odin. I wish this is how Odin looked. But, they're picking on him. And we get Momonosuke doing the cute little thing when he was a kid, where he would run over to Nami and jump in her titties and grab her and be like, oh, Nami, they're being mean to me. Man, he's 28 years old now. He can't be doing all that. So he does it, and he gets the shit smacked out of him. Well, our boys Sanji and Brook, they be loving that because, super jealous that he got free access to Nami's boobies for the past, 400 chapters. He's had free access to Nami's boobies, and they've been freaking literally out here just trying to get a sip. They are ecstatic. Okay, anyways. So, at this point, Yamato's trying to dress him up like Odin. I'm curious to see how this Yamato Momonosuke thing works, because now I wonder if Yamato tries to be dad type stuff. But either way, so we got moving on. We learn about we got Nami's asking Yamato to take a bath together. Talk about Yamato's vigil ending. At this point, we learn what a samurai vigil is. So they have a custom where they give something up until their prayers for the gods are released. So Yamato, until Luffy and Zoro woke up, has not bathed or showered in a week, or ate, which is why she's so hungry, and also why she probably smells like Pike Place Market. He smells like Pike Place Market. What's it called? So, moving on, they are just Okay, so now Zoro's like, why don't we stink? And at this point, Hiyori's like, that's because I've been in charge of wiping you down this whole time. You know Sanji's having none of that. Zoro getting his naked body wiped down by an attractive woman. Dude, Sanji about to freaking kick his head off. Going on to that though. Oh yeah, and then I was curious as to what was going to happen with this because I kind of forgot about it after a little bit. So we had that scene right before Sanji fought Queen where Sanji looks at Zoro and says, hey, if I'm not myself after this fight, put me out of my misery and kill me. And Zoro's like, right, okay. Well, we got him having a little bit of a scuffle here. Nothing serious, comic relief fight, clash. Usual shenanigans. We then have everyone climbing into the bath. So in the men's bath, our occupants are Zoro, Chopper, Luffy, Nekomamushi, Brook, Jinbei, Momonosuke, Sanji having a deathly nosebleed in the background, and we're going to get why in just a second. Because we got Yamato naked in the bath with all the boys. Listen, okay, I understand that he identifies as a male, although by every aspect, biologically female, and whatever, okay, no issue. The problem with this is, he's, okay, now, and this is not, okay, we're getting into, whatever, we're just talking about the context of One Piece here, by the way. Let's just talk about this right now. So, say a girl who literally no discernible traits to appear as a man, first, slender body, wide berth and hips, slim waist, tickle bitties, a fat ass, platinum blonde hair that goes down to her butt, not even a voice that's trying to sound masculine, straight up a girl voice. This is like if the hot girl in your geometry class just said, oh yeah, I'm a boy now, but did not make any sort of, not even a single change. Imagine the super hot girl and she's like, oh yeah, but I'm a guy. But it's still the super hot girl. On the outside appearance wise, at least. That's what's happening with Yamato right now. She'd just be bathing with the dudes. He by all aspects. I'd bang Yamato, boys, straight up. Yeah, if he's identifying as a male, then yeah, I'd bang a male, but that male's Yamato. Moving on, Yamato's naked in the bath with the boys. Okay, so then we got the girls. We got, we got Speed, we have Hiyori, we have, Okiku, I forgot the two girls. We have Otama. We have I forgot the Yasuie's daughter's name. We have Nami. We have Carrot. Not a furry, but goddamn. All right. So they're just bathing. That's it. Okay. Now we finally got a little bit of a skip. I don't know how long this is. Maybe a couple days. Oh, actually, no, I think this might be at the same time because Luffy and none of them are there. So we have Usopp and Frankie fixing up the Thousand Sunny. We have the Kid Pirates fixing up their thing. We have the Law Pirates fixing up, or the Heart Pirates fixing up their submarine. General Frankie's fixed up. Everything's looking good. And then, we have the Kid Pirates. They're all freaking. We got to buddy with them. We got to be enemies, be mean to them. Kid just being a jerk. Being very uncaptain-like. For those of you guys that watched my epithet video. But, then he's like, we can't, at this point, everyone's talking oh, what's going to happen next? We took down an emperor. We took down 2 emperors. What's going to happen to our bounties? What's going to, holy cow, we might not ever have, a night where we can have a good night of sleep ever again. So they're just sitting here okay, well, we got to find out what's going on. Does the government know? Has information got out of Wano? Because it really shouldn't have got out of Wano. But if it did, then that's really bad for us because we're in Wano. The world government can say and do whatever they want, but we don't know what's happening on the outside world, so we're literally completely in the dark. Makes me think there's going to be an even bigger time skip thing after this where we're going to see everything that's happened while they were in Wano. At this point, Apu shows up with a number, and Apu throws down a giant thing of wanted posters. He's like, oh, these bounties, the ones you're super curious about, take a look at them. Tosses them on the ground. He said, let me say, quote, It's all in here. Your updated bounties and the names of those who have been newly dubbed warriors, emperors of the sea. Those that have been newly dubbed. Tells me there's gonna be 2, maybe 3. I'm gonna be kind of. It's gonna be Kid. I mean, like, okay, prediction time. It's gonna be Luffy. First off, 100%, or it could be a switch up with that. Maybe they're gonna try to put all the onus of it on someone else. I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna predict it's Luffy. And I'm gonna say Kid, just because Kid's so bombastic and he's over the. Law definitely did more in their fight against Big Mom, but Kid stuff Kid was doing was like making giant metal mechanical bowls and crazy things like that. Right. All right. So, at this point we cut away from what's going on right now, and we see the scene of someone flying. Looks like with a propeller, flying above the land of Wano or flying into it. So then we have, this man is talking over a Den Den Mushi. Someone is going, tell me your exact location. The man answers, I just said, Sakazuki-san. Dude, Sakazuki, oh my god. Okay, so whoever this man is in league with Sakazuki, the fleet admiral. This can't be good, right? So at this point, next panel, final panel of the chapter 1052, and we have Sakazuki talking to this mystery man, and we see, you are not to do anything unnecessary. Understand, Ryokugyo? Finally. Oh, crap. God dang, I'm too excited. Finally. How long have we been waiting to see Ryokugyo? But whatever, Green. I'm gonna call him Green Bull. How long have we been waiting to see Admiral Green Bull? He's been announced for like what? Hundreds of chapters. We haven't seen him. We haven't heard nothing about him. And then all of a sudden, we have Green Bull appearing up. He's flying. We can't see his face. All we see is him in his admiral jacket. We see he's flying with a propeller, but that propeller is a flower, which adds I'm too hyped. I can't think of grammar, everyone. It adds I don't know, but the whole theory that he was a plant zoan and was a plant zoan, or he could be a plant devil fruit. I mean, he has that's why he has photosynthesis. That's why he doesn't need to eat. All right, I'm gonna take a second and just gather up my thoughts for a second, because I've just been on this train of epicness on this chapter. Okay, so Green Bull. We know there was a bunch of theories about what his devil fruit is. Green Bull makes us believe it has something to do with green. Every other admiral's devil fruit has coincided with the color. Yellow monkey, blue pheasant, red dog, purple. I'm trying to think of. Was it purple monkey actually? I'm not sure. Whatever. But all of the admirals, their ability, coincides with their color. Green Bull. So he's probably some sort of plant user. I'm excited to see. It seems like he's like flying. And the way in which he's flying above the cap. I don't know if this is like a thing with Oda drawing it, but he's almost kind of flying like it's almost like if you were to picture a nerd with a propeller, right, flying over. He's like kind of just flying over, looking. I'm curious as to see what Green Bull's capabilities are, because there's also the theory that Green Bull is what's his face? That Green Bull is Vegapunk. Now, while I don't think it's Vegapunk, could be. I don't think it is though. When that Den Den Mushi call was first intercepted, I thought it was gonna be Vegapunk. I'm like, okay, well, who can intercept a Den Den Mushi call with the Gorosei? Right, very short list of people. Sakazuki's on that list, so that would make sense if it was him. He's pitching Green Bull in there. Okay, so let's talk about, now we got the end of the chapter. What's happening next? Short term, next chapter. Why is Green Bull there? What's Green Bull doing? Assuming that there is 3 warlords of the sea, or that there's 2 new emperors on Wano. I don't think one admiral is going to cut it. I think even if Green Bull waltzes in there and like straight up is like, yeah, I'm going to fight you guys, I don't think he'd win unless he's the strongest admiral. But I mean, I'd like to imagine if Kizaru or if Kizaru or Aokiji just showed up to Wano right now, and either one of them were like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna fight you guys right now," like kind of like how Aokiji did back before Enies Lobby. I still think they'd win, right? Not the admirals, the pirates, unless there's multiple admirals. But I think one admiral against all the pirates on Wano, pirates are winning, right? It's not gonna be like last time. In fact, that's one of the things I'm thinking about. Set my computer down. One of the things I'm anticipating possibly with this next chapter, we might kind of get like, you know how after the time skip when the monster trio each fought a pacifista and screwed them up after it took the entire crew just to beat one? This might be a thing where it's almost like a new Sabaody or Sabaody, however you guys call it. Could be a new Sabaody. And back in the past, where literally every single Nova got dicked on by Kizaru, might be a situation where Green Bull comes in and they actually fight back and they do a pretty decent job. And it could just be like, now we got to think, why is he there? Okay, is he there to make arrests? I doubt it. Sakazuki said, no way in heck. Don't do anything more than what's necessary. Okay, probably not there to make arrests. Is he there to get information? Probably not. They already got a lot of information from the CP0 agent. Here's what I'm thinking. So the way that news got out of Wano, let's talk about that. We have the CP0 agent, who went and reported some of the stuff, most of the Nika stuff. We don't know what more he reported, but we know, something's, whatever. We know that the Gorosei know the gist of what's going on. Then we have Drake. We never saw if Drake died or not, but I'm gonna assume he's alive since we never saw him die. He's a part of Sword. We can assume he's gonna go back and report just as much of everything as the CP0 agent did. Only he'll be reporting this to like to like Kobe and Sengoku. He'll be reporting to those guys. Well, what I'm thinking is, okay, so Kazuki's sitting there and he's like, hold up. Somehow Sengoku knows what's going on in Wano. Somehow the Gorosei seem to know what's going on in Wano. And all I've done is sent out my entire fleet, and I'm still in the goddamn dark. I think it's possible we're seeing an emergence of factions within the Marines, because we have Sword, of course. We have the Gorosei, which is in CP0, which is more, world government, Celestial Dragon geared. And then we have, Akainu's Marines. And I'm thinking Akainu's just frustrated and pissed. He's on the outside looking in, and he's been on the outside looking in. He's sitting there behind his desk going like, God damn it, it's been 150 chapters since I've gotten any new information. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, so is he looking for, Robin? Because that could be an issue. If he pulls up and he can take Robin, we might get a whole new Enies Lobby. We might get freaking, if any of you guys watch Tacking, he did his whole, fantasy headcanon series on what if the Straw Hats visit Marie Joie. How's that going to be? What are the circumstances of that going to be? Maybe not Marie Joie, but man, this is going to be going in so many different directions. Next chapter, we're going to see Green Bull. Next chapter, we're going to see the bounties. Hopefully, please, I'm also thinking a dark horse for what could happen. What if Green Bull comes in as we want to ally with you guys? There's some shit going on. We want to I don't know, but and you gotta think maybe Akainu would never be like that, but who knows? I don't know, man. Oda does crazy stuff sometimes, but long term, where are we going from here? I don't think we're gonna know for sure where we're going until after next chapter. Like I said, I think the One Piece world is about to change drastically. I think it won't be like anything that we've seen previously. I think that it'd be almost impossible to predict where we're gonna go next until we know what that world shift will be. Obviously, we have Lodestar, Elbaf, Marie Joie is a possibility. We could go straight to Lodestar. Anywhere where Shanks is. I mean, can we just see Shanks? Can we say hi to Shanks? I miss Shanks. I want to say hi to Shanks. That's it. I don't know. Yeah, I might not do another One Piece chapter. I'm probably going to review next week's One Piece chapter, but I just needed to fucking talk about this shit. Because this is the craziest One Piece chapter I have read live, that's for sure. I mean, I don't know. For me, I feel like this kind of beat the Joy Boy reveal or the Nika chapter to me. I don't know. The Nika chapter, it was a great chapter, don't get me wrong. And it definitely, I was like, ooh. But I'd been theorizing for so much about it that I was like, not expecting it, but I was expecting something, I mean, I was expecting some sort of like connection with Luffy to Joy Boy or, whatever, which is, it's great. It's still a way bigger moment than this, but to say I was not expecting this post-Wano arc would be a understatement. I was not expecting this. I was not expecting to see Yamato bathing with the boys this episode. I was not expecting to see Green Bull pulling up on Wano. I was not expecting to get a glimpse at the new bounties this early. I was not expecting Izo, Ashura, and Hawkins to die. R.I.P. But that's it. As you guys know, after next chapter, there's going to be a 1-month break of One Piece, which makes me think, man, this next chapter is going to be so baller. This next chapter is going to be better than this chapter, that's for sure. So I'm probably going to have to review next chapter too. And then I'll have to review the next one. And the next one. All right, guys. I want to get this one out early too, like before the day is over, so probably not really even going to edit this one if I'm being frank. Hate to sound like a lazy POS, boys, but I'm just trying to get these One Piece chapter reviews out, or at least this one, because this is wild. So, on that note, like, subscribe, drop a follow on the Twitch channel if you guys like watching games, if you guys like the channel. Thank you very much for watching. Shaolin Spanky, signing out.